So, should be an interesting race to see what these runners choose to do. With their routing. So Dareal and GamePro are both off, skipping through the cutscenes. And just because I'm not going to have a lot of time to talk about the game itself during the run, I'm going to be talking a lot about routing and what the runners are doing. So the fastest form of movement across the ground is rolling. You're going to see the runners constantly rolling across the ground using motion controls. And so in the beginning, it's going to be mostly just getting out of Cap Kingdom. And once you get into Cascade is where you're going to start to see a little bit of route difference. Or maybe not. Maybe they'll go for the same thing, but with 3 different bingos that you have to get, it can certainly divide at any point in the race. Especially if they choose to do the same bingos but different routes, because a lot of this is on the fly, because you have to think, well, there is a minimum of 13 goals that I have to complete on this board, no matter which way you look at it. At least 13. So, there's a lot of different things that you have to think about there. So Dareal's slightly behind. He did take a bonk climbing up to the bridge, but not a big deal. Fremry, on my commentator control screen, I do not see any option to put game audio on, so it's something on the streamer's end. We have SpeedGaming anyway has not forgotten to press a button. The board is not visible. That would be good to have on screen. That's not something that I personally can do, but I'm sure people are working on it somewhere. So that being said, both runners are going to be moving into the Cascade Kingdom now. In terms of Cascade specific goals, I see 10 moons in Cascade. Then there's the typical regional coin stuff. So a lot of bingo ends up being regional coins, or these purple coins that you see GamePro getting here. And those are going to help buy complete outfits, buy souvenirs, buy stickers, excuse me. And overall, there's 150 total regional coins in column 3, row 1. So that's a pretty good square to get. Opens up that top row. Row 1 is quite good. It's 3 checkpoints and lost, 18 moons and lost, 150 regional coins, which is not that many. Thinking about how you see pretty commonly like seaside metro finishes. So 150 is not bad at all, especially if you're doing some of the other ones that require you to get regional coins anyway. So finishing with row 1, there's 5 moons from 8-bit sections and 4 moons from cap sub-areas, so that's not too bad. That's 1 revisit. We're going to see DarealMemes going for the Dino Skip here. He gets it right up to the Madame Boodle fight. Cascade Kingdom really does look a lot like any percent until you defeat Madame Boodle, unless you are going the purple coin heavy route, which GamePro is doing here. You might not want to spend any time after the boss fight in Cap Kingdom, so that could be why he's grabbing all these regional coins now. So just from some initial looking at the board, really, I'd say that row 1, column 1, and top left to bottom right is a very solid route. There's 60 regional coins in Wooded, 10 regional coins in Lost, and 150 regional coins total. So there's some nice synergy there. There's 8 full costume sets, which is really nice for total regional coins. There's getting an outfit door in Metro, which isn't the greatest thing, but it is gonna require you to buy a full costume set, so great synergy there. 10 moons from Nuts, so that's a lot of time in Wooded Kingdom. But that's also not a horrible thing, considered that you need to get at least 60 regional coins in there, and you need 150 total, so you're probably gonna see way more than 60 regional coins out of Wooded Kingdom if you did this route. A lot of unique captures. Oh, my bad, Zypher. Yeah, their Metro outfit door is an outfit that is not from Metro Purples. It's Wooded Purples because it's the mechanic, right? Oh. That's true, they could clip through the wall. Walls are merely suggestions in video games. So we are gonna see... Alright, yeah, that's my bad. Commentator doesn't know all of the clips in the game. He's a filthy casual, as they say. So we are gonna see GamePro do a lot of post-game stuff here. He's gonna snag a timer challenge moon, as well as some extra purples. So this is going to help him get 10 moons in Cascade fairly easily. Cascade has some really nice open moons. You just got to run around and grab them. So still, that's column 3. Column 3 is pretty strong. And then that's also row 2, which would force you to go to Seaside Kingdom, which isn't the greatest thing, but it's not horrible if you know how to play it. So GamePro he's green. If you can see the board. Eventually you will, I promise. He has marked off 10 moons in Cascade Kingdom. So there we go, GamePro with the last of their moons in Cascade Kingdom. Gonna wait for Cappy to get here so he can go ahead and do the chest clip. Saves a few seconds, and we're gonna see Dareal moving through sand already. Nothing too far deviating from the typical any percent route of the speedrun. Gonna be going for the dram strat, the bullet bill dram, tosses his hat up there, motion control, shakes to home in onto it to get himself out of that alcove very quickly, snags a checkpoint. Gets over to here, this bullet bill gonna get all the way over towards the Oasis. Now looking at what you can do in Sand Kingdom here on the bingo board. Hey, alright, bingo board is on stream for you guys. Thank you, SpeedGaming staff. So again, looking at sand, we have 2 moons from wooden crates, which you can get 1, which I'm not, if he's not going for that goal, because there's a very easy one. Or he's going back for it now, but there is a wooden crate here that's pretty quick to get snagged. He has Ice Cave Treasure Moon in sand. Is he gonna go for this IP clip? Alright, so IP clip is inverted pyramid clip, and it's where you roll cancel clip straight into the inverted pyramid. Skips a good chunk of Sand Kingdom. Mostly the moon shards that you get after the moon on the tower. And so basically the way this roll cancel clip works, and he got it pretty quickly, which is really nice to see, is you roll, because rolling is the fastest way to move in the game in general. Let's just say that for simplicity of explanation. And then you cancel all of that momentum with a hat throw perfectly timed into a wall, and all of that momentum basically just pushes you through the wall, is the simple way of explaining it. So He was able to get here pretty quickly, and he's gonna snag an 8-bit moon here if he wants to go for that 5 moons from 8-bit sections goal. He's not. So, still not much indication on what Dareal is going for here. Did not go for much of a typical any percent route after doing the dram either. So it's gonna be interesting. GamePro is now landing in Sand Kingdom. Again, grabbing those regionals. I mean, knowledge of where purple coins are is such a huge thing in Bingo. Like, every board you come across pretty much will have regional coins on it that are necessary to get a good time. Gets a Luigi Hinard over there. Wants to raise his coin count as well, potentially for buying moons, or most definitely outfits and the like, because depending on the route, that TLBR, column 4, row 4, they're all going to require you to buy 8 costume sets, and you might not be able to do all of those from purple coins if you want to do something like souvenirs or stickers. Which that row 5, the souvenirs and the stickers together, as well as regional coins from Wooded, really nice, but it does require you to get World Peace in Sand, which is not great because you have to go fight Knuckletech, the boss under the inverted pyramid. So we're gonna see what GamePro does here in terms of sand routing. Goes off to the left and grabs the purples. There is not any regional coin goals for sand itself, but depending on the goals that you go for, you could spend a lot of time in sand anyway, just because of restoring world peace, or getting the Ice Cave Treasure Moon. There's a lot of, and just purple coins are necessary for a lot of the stuff here, getting outfits, and like I said, that 150 total regional coins. The faster you can get out of the way, the better. It's about optimizing the time spent in all of your kingdoms. It's like, what kingdoms do I want to rush through, and what kingdoms do I want to sit here and get as many purple coins or as many moons as possible. GamePro snags some more purple coins behind the hallway there, and is going to snag some more purple coins, I'd imagine, in this 8-bit section as well, as DarealMemes climbs the tower in Night Sand. GamePro goes for a skip, but the elevator is on a bad cycle. It's fine. Does not lose that much time, and he's gonna hop straight into this alcove. Gets another 8-bit moon. So I believe he got the one in Cascade, so that's 2 out of 5 8-bit moons for GamePro, if I recall correctly. Snags between a rock and a hard place. I think that's the name of the map. And this is gonna look like any percent for a little bit here. Jaxie skip goes and grabs an easy 50 coins out of the chest, as well as a moon on top of the Jaxie temple thing. Some more purples over the lake on these little sand islands. That brings his total up to 31, which is a pretty good chunk of that 150 needed, especially if he's gonna go ahead and buy a outfit from the souvenir shop. DarealMemes into the ice cave now. Goes around to the side. Can I get... maybe both doing 150 regional since no sand regional objective. Yeah, that definitely looks pretty likely. And DarealMemes is also going for that bottom left square. World Peace restored. He is going to enter the Knuckletech fight pretty soon. As a matter of fact, it's in the next room. So yeah, Sand has a good chunk of regionals, and if you're spending a lot of time in here, pretty easy to get as well. Sand's a very wide, spread out kingdom. So I'm gonna say that GamePro is definitely doing row 1, column 3. Because that 150 regionals and 6 souvenirs has a nice synergy. He gets one of his wooden crate moons if he wants to do column 5, maybe. But it could just be for moon count as well to get out of Sand Kingdom. DarealMemes in the middle of the Knuckletech fight right now, and I don't think we're gonna see it out of this race, but he could be going for 24 unique captures because Knuckletech's fists are a unique capture, and that'll help. And that's also 7 moves from 8-bit sections in that column 1. That's nice synergy with row 1. So, as I was mentioning at the very beginning, TLDR, column 1, row 1. Not a horrible route at all. DarealMemes finishes off Knuckletech and has restored World Peace to Sand. That bottom left square has been filled in on Dareal's side. Row 1, column 5. Thank you, Aaron. That's also a pretty nice one. You're gonna be getting World Peace in Wooded, which might not seem super optimal, but it's also, like, you're gonna be getting 60 regionals in there. There's an 8-bit section in there. So there's some nice synergy there for sure. Obviously, unique captures if you want to capture, like, the Poison Piranha Plant. No, I don't think so, Fremry. Dareal got out of Cascade extremely quickly. I don't think he didn't spend any time, like, before the boss fight getting purple coins and stuff like GamePro. And I didn't see him do anything post-piece either. Row 5, capture both the cactus and the tree. So that's the cactus in Sand Kingdom, which is a nice quick capture. Looks like both runners are going to be exiting Sand pretty soon here. They're buying their souvenirs in the shop from their regional coins. So then the tree is in Deep Woods in Wooded Kingdom, which is really nice because there are regional coins down in Deep Woods, as well as some moons. 6 souvenirs and 2 stickers, like we've talked about. That's great synergy with all the purple coins that you need to get in this route. Instead of row 1 or C5. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Row 1 is definitely better than C5 because of World Peace and Wooded. Row 1 has 18 moons and Lost, though. That's not the worst goal. I mean, there's cave gardening. Yeah, there's a lot of easy moons. Captain Toes, whatever. DarealMemes heading back into the inverted pyramid. Is the catapult post game. I don't think so, and even then, there is 18 solid moons in Lost for sure. Lost is a pretty small, linear kingdom, I would say. Apart from Kleptoskip. It's very easy. Oh, that catapult? I'm like 99% sure that's post-game. So DarealMemes is out of Sand Kingdom now. Oh, we saw a beautiful... I didn't comment on it at all. I'm just so used to seeing it, apparently. But GamePro had a beautiful late clip. There. Gets the checkpoint to the Warp Painting Moon and is hopping around getting some easy purple coins in this out-of-bounds area. Replacing row 1 is better. So, World Peace in Wooded... Oh, that voice crack. I don't know, I mean... You need to go to the top of Wooded for 60 regionals and 8-bit anyway. I don't know, that's definitely a tough call. I personally would go with 18 Moons and Lost. But, think you can get 60 with Deep Woods. I mean, and even then, 8-bit isn't that much out of the way. And getting to the top of Wooded, like, even pre-Spewer isn't, like, a bad idea in that case. DarealMemes does get his cap revisit, so it does look like he's going to be getting that top right square. Perhaps heading into some sub-areas. Grabs a few regionals and then takes a death, unfortunately, trying to save himself. So 4 moons from sub-areas and 4 moons in cap. Or 4 moons from sub-areas in cap, and 4 moons in cap. That's just the greatest synergy of all time, to be honest with you. DarealMemes does save himself that time, pops out and grabs even more regionals. Gonna be getting some souvenirs and stickers here, perhaps, because that row 5 is looking really nice, along with column 5, especially for the cap revisit. Here's his first sub-area. Gonna be grabbing the moon shards and the secret moon in here, I'd imagine, just because he needs those 4 moons from cap and sub-areas, obviously. Just beautiful, beautiful column 5 synergy going on there. Synergy is another reason why I think replacing row 1 is better than C5. Yeah, that's a very fast Cap Kingdom revisit. 2, like, easy goals. They're basically the same goal. I can definitely see that, like... Snagging 3 checkpoints and Lost kind of lends itself to 18 moons. I don't know, that's definitely a tough call. We're gonna see what the runners do pretty soon here. DarealMemes gonna be going into the top hat tower to snag his second sub-area once he gets up to the top. Yeah, it's definitely a really interesting call. Like, both routes that row 5, column 1, column 5 versus row 5, column 1, row 1. Both of those routes are pretty compelling. It's gonna be difficult to say which one is better than the other. Catapult is there, don't need post-game. Okay. GamePro is going to be leaving Lake Kingdom now, going into Wooded, which is definitely where we're going to see a lot of important route decisions being made with that column 5 versus row 1 decision, depending on whether he goes to fight Torque Drift to restore world peace to the Wooded Kingdom. DarealMemes marking off his a bunch of goals here. 2 stickers. He's done 4 moons in cap and 4 moons from sub areas in cap, obviously. So it does look like Dareal, at the very least, is gonna be going for column 5, row 5, and column 1. I see no... excuse me, I see no reason to not go for column 1 at that point. So, it's all up to GamePro right now to get a fast Wooded, see what he does with it, because I'd imagine he would have revisited cap by now, unless he wants to finish in cap. I feel like he would have revisited Cap at the same time as Dareal. Maybe not, though. We'll see. But we're not going to necessarily know who's ahead, especially if the route splits for a while. C5 synergy is better. Yeah. It is basically 4 goals. I think definitely the Cap makes up for how slow Peace is in Wooded. So with that being said, DarealMemes moving through Lake Kingdom, gonna be getting another really nice lake clip. Similar to what GamePro did. GamePro gonna be getting the purples in the red maze here. He does need 60 total to get that goal in the bottom right. Gonna be heading into deep woods eventually as well for capturing the tree. Assuming he does row 5. What's unfortunate is if he's not doing that column 3, which I can't imagine that would be something he wants to do as of right now, is that he wasted a bunch of time in Cascade getting 10 moons from there. Now, in terms of doing the route he chooses optimally, that was not a good play, but again, that's a lot of what Bingo is. It's routing on the fly and saying, okay, well, 10 moons in Cascade isn't that slow. If I choose to go this route later in the run, then I can. Leave stuff open. But if Dareal can catch up here, then it could end up being fatal. Because remember, Dareal has revisited Cap already. And GamePro has not. GamePro moving up the Flower Road. Attempted Flower Road skip, but unfortunately missed it. Did Dareal get both 8-bits in Cascade? I think he only got the one behind the waterfall. No, he didn't do anything post-piece. No, he got one. I think I was looking at GamePro doing stuff in Cascade, but he moved through Cascade far more quickly than GamePro did. So I think he just got the one behind the waterfall and then left. Which probably, or it definitely isn't great for him, because he needs 7, not just 5, like we were thinking with row 1. Can't get 7 by loss then. Eight-bit moons. Yeah, there's 2 in Cascade, 2 in Sand, 1 in Lake, 1 in Wooded, and 1 in Lost. So that might be a revisit from Cascade and going into that sub-area. I don't know. Still a Lost finish, but not faster. Row 1 row 5, or column 5. Yeah, that could be it, because if he's only getting 5 moons from 8-bit sections, and I mean, obviously we've been seeing a focus on regional coins from both runners, but 150, he has that in mind, I'm sure. I feel like the only capture he has up on GamePro is Knuckletech Fist. He didn't get the big chain chomp. I don't want to say that for sure, but I think it's very likely that he did not get the large chain chomp in Cascade. We'll see what happens when he goes into Deep Woods here. He did get the large chain chomp? Okay. Alright, thank you, Supersonic. Mucho apreciado. DarealMemes. He's snagging his one souvenir from the Wooded shop. GamePro moving up towards the top of Wooded. At 48 regional coins now. I did not see the fire, bro. That's a good point, Funk Factory. I definitely did not see the fire, bro, in that sub-area to the back of Wooded. DarealMemes into Deep Woods now, captures the tree, so that's gonna be another goal complete on row 5. Just has to snag regional coins and 6 souvenirs in Wooded, and obviously get World Peace. So his Wooded, the rest of his Wooded pretty much is gonna entail World Peace. I think it was Aaron. Or at least if it was unintentional, it's not gonna lose him too much time. And yes, thank you, Woodstye, for answering, Talia. Lockout bingo is extremely fun if you want to get into bingo. Lockout's a fun thing. There's a lot of different formats for bingo, and lots of different games for bingo as well. I think bingo in video games is a wonderful thing. One of my favorite things to do, regardless of whether I'm racing someone or not. So GamePro, in his fight with Torque Drift, going to be restoring World Peace to Wooded Kingdom, so it could indicate a column 5 from him, or perhaps because he's still hanging on to that 10 moons in Cascade, he could be going for row 2 even. That's still a possibility because he's gotten some nut moons here. But I don't like the seaside finish. Talia, that would probably end up in a lot of ties. Like, you could do it for sure. but I don't think I've ever seen it done before. Agreeing with Aaron on that one. GamePro finishes off Torque Drift. Yeah, I've definitely not seen that before. I'm with everyone on that. So, I mean, 10 regional coins in Lost is basically nothing. But the Seaside finish, that's the only reason why I can't see GamePro going for that. Yeah, lockout in SMO takes a fairly long time. It's longer than Triple Bingo. So unless you want to play the game for longer than your typical any percent run is your thing, then I don't know. It's a long thing, especially with racing your opponent to certain things. Because Triple Bingo is long enough for it to have a lot of variance, but also not obscenely long. Because Bingo in general is supposed to be like a fun, quick thing, but also not like a shutout thing. Yeah, timing your marked squares would be definitely an interesting thing there made. Because I've seen different people have different rules about how late you're allowed to mark your goals. Alright, Dareal. Moving along with World Peace in Wooded. Going for an interesting Flower Road skip as opposed to your typical roll cancel, triple jump out of there. Just a standard triple jump off the corner of that platform. I've not seen that very often, to be honest with you. Lockout, I think you'd have to make a rule that you always mark the roll as soon as you get it. Yeah, exactly. I'm not too familiar with Lockout, because I typically just do normal Bingo. For SM64 is my game where I come from. And Bingo, or SMO, I've seen mostly just single and triple. But I definitely say that Lockout would have to have an instant goal marking rule. So as I was saying, Dareal moving through World Peace in Wooded. I feel like it would result in a lot of draws. Just because it would be a game of cat and mouse, really. Like, even if someone is less mechanically skilled, like, they can just go and block, like, home in on the goals that the other person has and make it impossible for them to bingo, right? It's an interesting concept, but it would definitely end in a lot of draws, like Troy mentioned. Dareal, halfway through Peace, defeats Spewer, still has to get up to the top though. He buys his second souvenir in Wooded Kingdom. Not up to 6 quite yet, but that's okay. Almost there. GamePro gets his 60 regional coins in Wooded Kingdom. And Dareal does as well. He's just been buying his souvenirs. GamePro's total. He has not bought anything from the Wooded shop quite yet. Ooh! Unfortunate bonk and death. I mean, it would depend. Like, if both players are playing very offensively to get to a bingo first, then I feel like it would be okay. But if both players are, like, just looking to block everything, then it would just become a matter of, okay, I'm just gonna block every opportunity that this person has to get a bingo. I mean, mathematically, yeah, there's not that many possibilities. Yeah, I feel like it'd have to be tried out, really. Like, we keep arguing whether it would end in draws or not. Like, it'd definitely have to be tried out. I'd definitely be down to commentate or even play in one of those. That'd be really cool. That would be super cool, honestly. A lockout single bingo. Thank you, Talia. You brought a new idea to the bingo community. It's gonna become the new big thing. Back onto the topic of the race, though, for a little bit anyway. It does look like GamePro is going for row 2. He's got his 10 moons from Nuts. Which means he's going for a seaside finish? Wait, he marked off 28 wooded moons, but he only got 27. Thank you for noting that, Aaron. This happened yesterday, too. Oh, man. Good job on Dareal for achieving world peace, obviously. He has column 5 done. He's gonna have row 5 done next kingdom, I think. GamePro in a cap sub area. So it looks like GamePro is going for column 5, row 2, column 3, but his column 3 goal of 28 moons has not been fulfilled. I'll trust Aaron on that one. Yeah, this sub area does suck. That's the only way to go about it, Funk. I agree with you. So this could be... Yeah, GamePro just has a not as optimal route as Dareal. Dareal is looking like he's gonna go for column 1. Oh, row 1. Wait, hold on, let me think about what he's done. He hasn't gotten that many captures. 24 captures. I don't know. Oh no, because he didn't get 2 8-bit moons. I'm wrong. Probably row 1, because he's only needs 5 8-bit moons. No! He's going back to Cascade. So is he going for that 8-bit moon he missed? Or is he just buying stuff at the purple coin shop? Alright, so he buys his last souvenir that he needs. And he's almost made it into the sub area. So it does look like he's gonna be going for column 1. So yeah, that was the debate, VP, is whether he goes for row 1 or column 1. And because he didn't get both 8-bit moons in Cascade initially, we thought it was going to be a row 1, because that only requires 5 8-bit moons, but now he's going back for the second 8-bit moon, which means he's going to go for the 7, so he can get the lost finish. I don't know. He's marked... He doesn't want to get 18 moons in Lost and Peace. Yeah, he's just gotta square out the whole board. Neo's got the real strats. B-Burb Shrug indeed. That would be hilarious. I mean, definitely, because if he's going for the Cascade revisit, right? Then he's going for 7 8-bit moons. But he's also gotten regional coins and the Lost Finish. Like, no matter what, he's gonna have the Lost Finish. So, he just needs to... He just checked captures, I believe. Dude, is he gonna flex on everyone? And get the square, bro? GamePro finishing up with his cap revisit. And BP, just in case you weren't here for it. We believe that GamePro, Aaron pointed this out, GamePro only got 27 moons in Wooded. So if he finishes with column 3, then that's not gonna be a proper finish, I believe. And this is triple bingo. Supersonic. I feel like we should put that like in the stream layout, like not just in the title. So both players in their Cloud Bowser boss fight are gonna be moving into the Lost Kingdom directly after this. GamePro, man, that's... The row 2 has the seaside finish, and that's just not good. So it does look like Dareal is gonna finish up here very, very shortly, perhaps with the square. That would be beautiful. I still remember when people used to accurately count their wooden moons. Yeah, man. Since when did people do that? Counting's hard. Well, perhaps he's just thinking about all those moons that he needs to get to Seaside. Numbers do get fuzzy and wooded. So Dareal in Lost thinks C5, C3 TLBR for GamePro. So that obviously has C5 down. C3, yeah, that makes sense, and yeah, TLBR. So it does appear that Dareal will be finishing up very, very quickly. In the Lost Kingdom here. BP, that was a big debate before that before people were talking about, before we had the routes figured out, is that whether 18 moons in Lost was faster or Wooded Peace was faster, because the initial route that people in chat were looking at was row 1, C1, row 5. But Aaron, on the other hand, wanted row 1, column 5. Or, no. Aaron wanted what he just said in chat. Column 1, column 5, row 5. I mean, the allure of column 5, though, with the Wooded Peace was that it was basically 4 goals, because you had the 4 moons in Cap and 4 moons in sub-areas in Cap Kingdom, so... That synergy was really nice. All 2Ds isn't bad at all, and 24 captures also isn't bad. I think Dareal should just go for the square right here, to be honest with you. But he is going to finish with a row 1, column 5, row 5 very shortly. That's what it looks like, Mitch. But it could also be top left VR. Yeah, 18 moons lost is pretty fast. I mean, Dareal's gonna be 3 moons away soon, and that's like, what, under the bridge, behind the cage, and in the frickin' bullet beetle cage thing. Oh, he died. That's unfortunate. Sniped indeed. Okay, so Gamer was going for column 3. Yep, okay, makes sense. And TLBR for costume sets. Yeah, GG Dareal. For sure, he has gotten to the Glide-On. It's his last moon, and that is gonna finish it up for Dareal. Congratulations on a wonderful time of 52-12. So GG's out in chat for Dareal, as well as GamePro. Yeah, Dareal, if you're in stream right now listening, go for the square. And do TNT. For the fans. You have to look cool. Will immediately advance you into the bracket phase. Don't have to play any more matches in your group. Well, I'm glad you thought it was a fun board. It was definitely interesting to see what the route was going to be. I don't know if he wants to get in here for a post-race interview. Or is he even in the commentary channel? Alright, you good? Any of the square lines were great. Ooh, almost. Thought C1 was good, but I'm not that good with captures. Yeah, GG GamePro. GG to both runners for sure. Very good race. Enjoyed watching it, and really that square route, whatever it was gonna be, it was gonna be nice, especially with like the 2 kingdoms that required peace, depending on what you wanted to do. Could have been a lot better with routing, having a lot less mistakes, but good nonetheless. Yeah, it was a pretty solid showing. The only thing that... Well, no, because you didn't need to. Never mind. But overall, solid gameplay. A low 58 in triple? Nice. GamePro beat 5801 or else. He's gotta get this outfit door done in 2 minutes. He's got this. Not too bad, Snaz. Happy to be commentating. A game I enjoy, a category I enjoy. Bingo is very fun. Do you mean the next match for this tournament? I'm confused as to what you mean, Snaz. Next tournament where you could participate, okay. Yeah, 5 EST. Yeah, it's, Bree Guy versus Dangers on this channel. That should be a very exciting match. I'm definitely gonna watch. Yeah, next tourney where you can participate. For SMO, I have no idea. I mean, if you join the SpeedGaming Discord server, they have open tourneys all the time that you can just hop in, but obviously it's dependent on what game you want to play. Yeah, dude, Dangers is playing tonight. That's gonna be against Briga. Dude, that is gonna be a phenomenal match. I cannot wait to watch that tonight. That's 5 EST on the SpeedGaming too. Now that will be the next match. Computer Science Lab is then, though. That's unfortunate. Movement versus routing, yeah, pretty much. Dangerous technical skill is just through the roof. Now, obviously, Bree Guy, great at bingo. Just as you could get all costumes at once rather than 20 trips. Dangerous has the knowledge, but he might not know never to do 100 moons by Wooded. That is true, BP. I mean... Those long category runners, they see the moon count and go, bam, I gotta get those. Oof, I thought I might have missed one. Thank you, SpeedGaming, for rating your long-lost cousin, SpeedGaming 2. And thank you, Lamborghini, for liking my commentary. I try to do commentary as much as I can with as many games that I know anyway. I thoroughly enjoy commentating. So, I will be commentating quite a few of these matches for this tournament anyway. Kept getting scared about 8-bits, then realized you only needed 5. Yeah, when we saw the Cascade Kingdom revisit, we thought you were gonna do Column 1 because of the 7 8-bit moons. So that was interesting to watch, because like we didn't know if you had forgotten about the 8-bit moon in Lost, or what the deal was there. With Sand World Peace, that's 2 8-bit moons already, yeah. No, 8-bit moons can be hard to remember for games that I know anyway. I thoroughly enjoy commentating. I will be commentating quite a few of these matches for this tournament anyway. I mean, Dareal, you got the win, right? You're right, and you got the sub-hour, the solid sub-hour time. Good stuff. Echoes. Is that a sign from my restreamer telling me that I need to stop talking to you guys? Shoot those targets with the tank for the story moon. That is the hardest part of Wooded Peace. Oh, I just need to mark GamePro done so the sound didn't come through. Got it. Tank is hard, man. Make the tank hit scan. It needs a very strong buff, to be honest with you. Forget Lake Purples and have no clue about Metro. Yeah, most bingos are finished by Metro, or at least in Metro. Like, a seaside finish is pretty bad in general. So you never really see it go past Metro. So it's like, if you get a route where you're kind of screwed and you have to go into Metro, it gets kind of scary. Seaside Snow Regionals, yeah, because really in Bingo you just never see that, so it's nice to know them at least a little bit. We're gonna see GamePro here getting 100 jumps in Jump Rope Challenge. I've never done Jump Rope 100 jump legit. I got into like the Super Mario Odyssey like speedrunning and just like, I don't want to call it the pro community, but like I didn't really get into the wider community until I 100%ed the game as a whole. And that's generally what I do with a lot of games, because obviously being in the speedrun community for a while, that's the first thing I think about with new games, but I try to at least beat it, if not 100% it before I do anything with it. So I had no idea about like the Talkatoo trick to do Jump Rope 100 legit. I did use 2-player for volleyball, though. Dude, GamePro is a Game Pro. He can do that. 100 jumps. 20% are seaside snow. Yeah, that sounds about right. DarealMemes getting some optimal any percent practice in doing bullet building. Very, very clean. We're gonna see him being the any percent world record holder pretty soon. He may be able to pull off a 52 in triple bingo, but can he pull off a 52 in any percent? That's the real question here, to be honest with you. Everybody's focused on Mitch and Tyrone. It's like, no, man. DarealMemes is who we need to focus on. Alright, well, thank you all very much for watching and listening to me babble on about a game I love for an hour. Who knows? Yeah, man, it could happen. If I ran any other categories, I feel I'd struggle less at bingo. That's true. Like, I only run any percent, and like I tried to learn bingo for the tourney, this tourney, and I was just not good at it, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I even ran like Dark Side a few times, I feel like I could at least survive one group stage match for the tourney. But like, it's just, if you don't have a lot of game knowledge, it's just so hard to like learn it without the context of the Raider run. So maybe next year we should make this an annual thing. All purple coins is huge for bingo as well. Dude, APC for bingo is like, purple coins are just the biggest thing in bingo. You can't convince me otherwise. Nothing else is better than knowing where purple coins are. Or at least even like AUM up to Metro. Because as we were talking about before, like Metro finishes just aren't very common. Well, I suppose then at that point it becomes like you have to do revisits, so maybe that's not very helpful. But definitely the longer categories, like 500 moons being a darker side, it would definitely help a ton. Because just the greater context of the run really helps know where everything is, as opposed to just looking at the cheat sheet, as helpful as it is. Alright, well, I gotta get out of here. Thank you very much for watching. I will be in chat at 5 p.m. on the real SpeedGaming 2 for Bree Guy versus Danger's amazing race. Please come watch. So that's 5 p.m. EST, around 2.5 hours. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to post links in chat. I'm gonna try. Alright, yeah, that is the cheat sheet. So yeah, that basically holds everything. 8-bit moons, checkpoints, every bingo goal is on there, pretty much. So yeah, super good match, 2.5 hours, 5 p.m. Eastern time. I'm not good at time conversions. Google is. So I will be there in chat. Thank you again for watching and listening, and I will see you all later. GG's to both runners.